Good morning, y'all. It's Shannon here on my channel, Oh My, and I had a special request from my daughter to do a cake that is by the Pioneer Woman, and it is called the Top Secret Chocolate Cake. Okay, so she's seen it, and she's like, oh, this looks so good, so I'm going to do it. And I have noticed that my hair is always a flamin' mess when I'm doing my cooking videos, because I really don't care what I look like when I'm cooking or baking, y'all. So, but I'm going to get this cake done. It is in the morning, and I'm going to get it done so we can have it ready to go for supper tonight. Yes. So, what you'll need on this, you'll need a box of chocolate fudge cake. You will need a package of milk chocolate morsels. So it's very chocolatey. 3 eggs, a stick of butter. You'll need some vanilla extract and heavy whipping cream for the ganache. Yeah. Okay. So, what do we do first? Okay, we got to preheat our oven to 350 degrees. And you're also going to want to get a bundt pan, and I've already got it sprayed and ready to go. I got to get my cast iron skillets out of my oven because that's where I keep my cast iron skillets at. Crazy, but I grew up that way, so therefore that's where they stay. I haven't changed anything the way that I grew up. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and turn our oven on 350 degrees. Then, and my bundt pan sprayed. Okay, then we're going to mix together the cake mix, milk, because we're going to use milk instead of, I believe they normally call for, on the back of the cake mix, it normally calls for water and oil. We're eliminating those. So we're going to mix together the cake mix, milk, butter, eggs, chocolate chips, and vanilla in a large bowl until completely combined. And then after that, we're going to pour it in to our bundt pan. And then we're going to put it in the oven for about 40 minutes. Now, depending on your oven, some ovens cook evenly, some don't. Some take longer, and it also depends on your altitude and all that good stuff. The oven that I have, it's an electric oven, y'all. And I'm not too keen on electric ovens. Yeah, not me. I'm sorry. I'm just not. Some people love them. I don't. I prefer gas. But unfortunately, so that makes it a little bit more, I don't know. I tend to, it's just one of those things. I just prefer gas. But I don't have gas. So therefore, I will use my electric oven that I have. Okay, so let me get all this ready, and let me get my mixer ready to go. And then we're going to mix this bad boy up and get it in the oven. Okay, you guys, I got you guys kind of propped up. I'm not going to keep you that close to the mixer. I will move you when I start mixing her. Okay, so we are going to put in our cake mix. We're going to see. I've never made this cake before, so that being said, this should be very, very interesting on how this bad boy turns out. So, we're going to give it a whirl. We're going to see what we can do, if we can make this look pretty or not. Okay. Okay, and here is the 1 cup of whole milk. And I know a lot of people don't drink whole milk. I was never one to change to 2% or skim milk. That's just not my thing. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know. And you know what? Okay, I do have to melt my butter real quick. Okay, there's 1 egg. Can you guys see that? I know it looks dark. Maybe it's because I keep covering the light. Yeah. 2 eggs. And then there's 3 eggs. And then let's get our stick of butter and get that bad boy melted real quick. I was not that organized with it, but one child is still asleep and the other one are heading to the doctor's real quick. So, okay. Then we have, what do we have? What do we got? What do we got? Let me see. We need to put 1 tablespoon of vanilla in there. So let's find our tablespoon real quick, and I found it. That was pretty quick, you guys. Normally I'm like struggling. Okay, I had to make sure because that seemed like a lot of vanilla to me, but 1 tablespoon. And then we're going to do 1 cup of the morsels. So we got 1 cup of these pretty babies going. Normally, I always keep my morsels in the refrigerator. So, that being said, these are not. So, if you do keep them in the refrigerator, then you're going to want to let them sit out to get room temperature. And there is the 1 cup of morsels. And I am sorry about the lighting there. Okay, and then the butter, in she goes. Okay, and I did not do that very nicely, but that's okay. So we're going to, let me get her down. Get her in there, and we're going to mix her, and there she goes. So I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, she is done and she looks nice, smoothie and creamy. It's all mixed. I'm going to let this set just for a second so everything can drain off of the blender. And I'm going to try and start getting everything else ready. So I'll be right back, you guys. Okay, so let's get her poured in. I know the view is not very well. Let me see if I can fix that. Hold on one second. There we go. That's so much better. Okay, so we're just going to pour it in to our bundt pan. I was going to make this last week when my daughter first told me about it, but I could not find my bundt pan, so I had to go buy one. So when it comes up, I'll have 2 bundt pans, I guess. I just like my old stuff. I know new is better, I guess, to a certain point, but some of my stuff has just been in the family forever, and I just don't want to get rid of it. I want to keep it around, but I've got a new one, so we'll see. I actually love doing my pineapple upside down cakes in a bundt pan. I just think that bundt pans are so pretty when the cake comes out. But okay, I'm going to try and get all of the yumminess and goodness out of here so we do not waste nothing. And then it's also less for me to clean afterwards, y'all. You know, or I shouldn't say less. I still got to clean the whole pot, but it's not, it doesn't stick as much, I guess I should say. Dry up and get hard. Because because I'll have everything in there. It's just one of those things. I don't have my little kids around anymore that, oh, can I lick the pie or the bowl? Can I lick? And it's like, they're not doing, they don't do that no more. It's so sad. And my grandsons could care less. They rather just go and play and do all that good stuff. Okay, so we got it in here. I got to wait for the oven to get up to the 350 degrees, and then I'll be right back to put her in the oven. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get her in the oven. And the oven is at 350 degrees. And then we'll come right up here, and we're going to set that timer for 40 minutes. If I can get it going, and then start. Okay, she's on her way. And then when she's about done, then probably about 5 or 10 minutes before she's done, I will start the ganache. But I'm also going to get my toothpick so that I can check the center of it to make sure that she's fully done at the 40-minute mark. I'll be back. Okay, you guys, I took the cake out of the oven, and I'm just using a kebab for my toothpick, and that way I get down in there, and I have a bunch of them, and you're just going to stick it in kind of the center part of it, and nothing sticks. So she is ready. We got to let her cool down, and then I'll transfer her to my cake holder. Now, for the ganache, I've got a half a cup of heavy whipping cream, and I'm putting it on probably like 4.5, and that's on an electric stove. And we're going to let it come to a boil. Then over here, I have a half a cup of morsels, and I've got those ready to go. And then I will show you what we do in the pot after this gets to a boil. So I'll be right back. As you can see, it's at a boil. See, it's bubbling all over. So let me get set up over here so I can show you what the next step is for a simple, easy ganache. Okay, so I have my morsels. I got my little spoon here to mix. I love wooden spoons, y'all. So I've got my morsels in here. So the half a cup of boiled heavy cream, I'm going to pour in. And then we're going to let it set for 1 minute. And then we're going to mix it. And get it all stirred up. I know you guys are just seeing the one pot. I just want to make sure I get everything out of there. So that we got it all taken care of. Most of the time I just kind of throw my dishes every which way, but I'm trying to keep everything nice and neat and clean so I don't have a lot to do tonight when I prep for supper here in just a bit. So we're just going to let this set for 1 minute. I'm just kind of tapping them in so they'll all get covered. Because the whole idea of it is for the hot, heavy cream to cover them so it'll melt the morsels. So we got just a few more seconds to wait. And I also got to go with it to top it all off. It's some rainbow morsels. So we'll give it a springy look. Woohoo. Yay. Spring is here, y'all. It's another beautiful day outside. And we are just enjoying it all while we can before it gets too hot here. Okay, it's been a minute, so we're just going to start stirring it. And this is going to be our ganache. And you don't want to stir it really fast so that it doesn't go splattering all over the place. You're just going to do it, you know, just slow and with a lot of love. Whenever I get in a rush to cook or bake, I never like the way my stuff turns out. Or if I'm upset, or if I'm having a bad day, those are just not days for me to cook or bake. But if I'm at peace and everything is just calm, and I'm in that mood to take my time on it, I'm not rushed. Oh my gosh, I enjoy it so much. It is just one of those things. I just really, really enjoy it. But not when everything's just like chaotic. I can't handle that. That's just my thing. What about y'all? Do y'all like cooking at all or baking? Put it in the comments. Let me know. And if you do you prefer to cook when you're stressed and things are going on? Does that help calm you down? Or do you prefer to do it when you're calm and at peace, to where you could put that extra love into it? And I do believe, me personally, that your love comes out in your cooking, so I think heart is everything on anything that you do. Whether it's putting your makeup on, if it's cooking, even down to your house cleaning. I mean, anything that you do, heart and love and just passion is anything. Look at that ganache, you guys. Is that not gorgeous? Wow. That turned out awesome. That is just absolutely gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. This is just too cool. Okay, so she is ready. That ganache is just like perfect. Okay, let's go over to the cake and we will put the ganache on the cake with the sprinkles, y'all. There's the cake on the cake pan. She turned out really nice and firm, but yet fluffy, I should say. Okay, so let me see. I got to get you set up so you can see how I'm going to put the ganache on. Give me a sec. Sorry about the angle. It's just the way that I could do it. Okay, I'm just going to get my little wooden spoon that I have, and I'm going to get it by the spoonful, and I'm just going to start draping it on there. And it is to run down, but let me center this up a little bit more, because we want that edge right in there. So, and then we're just going to, so if you like chocolate, this here is like a chocolate lover's dream. And then we're just going to keep doing this. And the whole idea is just for it to just drizzle and work its way wherever it wants to go. And honestly, you could probably use less of the ingredients on the ganache. You could probably use like 1/4 cup of cream and maybe just 1/3 cup of the morsels, because it makes a lot. And I'm just going to tip the bowl over and start doing it this way, because we do not want to waste this. We want this to go over and just have it all full of yumminess. Oh, it's like a little pool in the middle of chocolateness. I'll show you guys in just a second. Okay, and then sprinkle time. Oh, look at all the fun colors for spring. Oh my gosh, yes. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just put them in my hand, and I'm just going to go right like that. So that way we can have them all over. You guys know what? I may try this with a different flavor cake and see how it turns out. We'll just start working, getting that creativity going. Not that we really need all this yumminess, but hey, it is all worth it. Oh my gosh, I just love it. Okay, a little bit more sprinkles and then I gotta stop. Okay, so let me give you guys a tour of the top of the cake. If I could get the lid on. Okay, hold on 1 second. There she is in all her glory. Look at that. Look at the pool of just the ganache down in the center of it. Oh my gosh. It looks so awesome. I love it. I love the way it turned out. Now, here in just a little bit, we will cut it and we will see if it tastes as good as it looks. I'll be back, y'all. Hey, my critic. Here she goes.
First bite.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. First bite, first piece. Are you kidding me?
What end do you start at?
Whichever.
It's so juicy.
You know what else is juicy?
That's really good.
Is it? No joking.
No, it has a lot of flavor.
Booyah! We got a winner, y'all. Until next time, y'all take care. God bless and peace. Bye.
Mama,
What?
they don't